Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Frank in Action. So for today's video, we will be talking about stage 3 and 4. So this is stage 3 and 4. We are talking about lesson number 25 to 40 for stage 3 and lesson number 41 to 60 for stage 4. Please take note also in stage 1, we are talking about lesson number 1 to 9 and lesson number 10 to 24 for stage 2. Alright, so please make sure to stay tuned in this video and make sure also to click the subscribe button so you will get notified in the next videos. So without further ado, we will be talking about stage 3 and 4. So in the previous training or previous video, I was talking about stage 1 and 2. For stage 1 and 2, those stages are called the fundamental stages of the Callan method. So for stage 3 and 4, these stages are the elementary stages of the Callan method. So if you come to think of it, this is very rewarding for the student and the teacher alike, since the student is introduced to new grammar and structures that open new doors for them regards the ability to communicate. This is supposed to be motivating, and it has to be the responsibility of the students and the teachers to get those elements. This is motivating for the student, and this should give the sense of progress for your student. So in stage 3 and 4, you're not only focusing on introducing to vocabularies, new words, those elements that we usually do during the Callan lesson, but aside from that, you should be able to focus also. Every lesson, you are able to let your student, or you remind your student that they should have the progress. They should be motivated because they're already in stage 3 and 4. And stage 3 and 4 is the elementary stage of the Callan method, which means that they are learning different grammar patterns. And these are These are the comparative and the superlative forms of adjective. The past simple, the present perfect, the future forms of the verbs, the basic conditional structures, and all that are being introduced during these 2 stages. So this should be very fulfilling, and there are some students that might able to know already those information, those patterns, but the question is, are they able to use it in their daily conversations? Their communication skills are being improved, or are their daily conversation sentences uses those elements that I mentioned a while ago? Again, those are the comparative and superlative forms of adjective, the past simple, the present perfect, the future forms, and of course, again, the basic conditional forms or structures in English sentence. And I think with that last one, the conditionals, this must be very motivating for the student if they could be able to know and master this structure. So take that advantage. Alright, now let's talk about the instructions for students to do revisions, exercise appear intermittently throughout the book. So the exercises that you can see on the student's book, or for students, in their book, they are actually intended to do extra revision work that the student should do outside the school. So there are some instances that there are some activities, same as stage 1, we don't have to do those. Those are self-reviewed exercises or activities for students to make sure that they are always aligned to learning and always be reminded to do extra activities for them able to have practice in English through the Callan method. Again, those student exercises are available in their student's book manual. Those are not available in the teacher's book. So if in case the students will be asking you what are they going to do with those exercises are intended for them to do self-review outside school. Alright? So you don't have to bother so much about that, but make sure that when the students ask help from you, don't do it during your booked Callan lesson. Do it in your free talking or any classes. Again, all throughout the Callan lesson, students are not allowed to do requests or ask any customization in your Callan lesson. So you can actually do that in the free talking or in other book lessons, okay? However, all throughout the teacher's book, it is good to remind that again, the students, that the exercises has become available to them if you have that manual with you. So in some school like NativeCamp, some of the teachers are actually using the ebook already available in their platform, so you don't have to remind. You are not being informed that you can now give that instruction to your students. But in some teachers that are using this traditional book, teacher's book handbook, they are being informed that this exercise is now available in their students' manual. Alright, so don't bother so much on how to do it correctly. It really depends on the guidelines of the school. So again, just make sure to read thoroughly all throughout your guidelines and those nutshell guidelines that your trainers prepared for you. Alright, now let's talk about the Callan demonstration chart. So these charts are still needed in stage 3 and 4. So in stage 3, you will still need to refer to the demonstration chart in various points. So it is also required in stage 4 in lessons 43 and 60. As you will notice that one. And these are actually icons placed throughout the teacher's book, so you can actually check that one. You can flag up exactly where it is required and which particular chart is needed. So if you're already in stage 3 and 4, please take note that once you're already in lessons 43 and 60, you will be asked to use specific demonstration chart, and those charts are not with pictures. Those charts are filled with words related to the grammar pattern or points that you are introducing all throughout your stage 3 and 4, but they said intermittently asked to do so. But again, it is very important that you have those charts. Good thing for other school, again, they have those digital charts that you can just click and the students will be able to see it in their screen. But if not, if you are comfortable doing or using the physical Callan demonstration chart, then make sure that they are available all throughout your lesson. Okay? Alright, so now let's talk about revisions in stage 4. Alright, so do a complete revision at the end of stage 4. So when you say full stage revision, you are asked to do stage 3. For example, if you finish already stage 3, you are asked to do full stage revision right away in stage 3 after introducing all the new work from stage 3. After you finish the full stage revision from stage 3, you can move on to stage 4 new work. Alright, now here's the trick. When you are done introducing all the new work in stage 4, now you are asked to do quick stage revision from stage 3. So those quick stage revision questions are gathered and collected intelligently by our trainers. So make sure to address all of those questions all throughout the lesson, okay? And then after you finish the quick stage revision, that's the time you're going to move on to the full stage revision of stage 4. So again, let's recap from stage 1. Stage 1, after you finish, you're gonna do the full stage revision right away. For stage 2, you go back after you finish stage 2 new work introduction, you go back to stage 1 quick stage revision. After quick stage revision, you're gonna move on to the full stage revision of stage 2. After that, you are going to move on to introducing the new work in stage 3. After finishing all the introduction or delivering all the new work in stage 3, you're gonna move on directly to the full stage revision of stage 3. After stage 3, you're gonna move on to introducing new work. After new work, you have to do new work stage 4. After that, you're gonna do quick stage revision in stage 3, and then after that, you're gonna do full stage revision in stage 4. So technically, as you notice, there's a pattern. Odd numbers, you don't have to do quick stage revision, okay? Even numbers, you have to do quick stage revision and then do full stage revision. That's basically what we use or what we follow in our school. That's NativeCamp. But take note, in other school, especially in the UK, Callan UK organization, they're not doing it, okay? At the end of stage 3, there is no need to do complete revision actually. As long as the class is processing comfortably, they can just continue straight into stage 4. And we're not actually doing it in NativeCamp. At the end of stage 4, however, you should do a complete revision from stage 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right, so as long as the class is progressing comfortably, they can just continue straight into stage 4. So at the end of stage 4, however, you should do a complete revision of stage 1, 2, 3, and 4 before you can start with the stage 5. Okay, so that's how you do it when you do the Callan organization way. But for other school, you might be like confused, like why is it that their ways of conducting the Callan lesson is actually totally different from what other school is doing? All right, so actually for the Callan organization way, we have totally, what I call this one, not totally, but being customized, because we are an online school in NativeCamp and we only have very limited time. We only have 25 minutes in each lesson. But for the Callan organization, if you're going to go to their school, you are going to learn it for 50 minutes. And for the reading, it costs you 10 minutes for you to do the reading activity. Alright, not for one-on-one. That's actually for the group class. So there's actually always be different ways on how to do or how you're going to conduct the lesson through the Callan method. It depends on the environment. It depends on how you're going to teach this method, if it's offline or online, those things. So don't be confused on how to do it properly. But again, for the Callan lesson here at NativeCamp, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the odd and even rule. For the odd, you're gonna do the full stage revision right away. For the even numbers, for stages numbers, you are going to do the quick stage revision first, and after that, you are going to do the full stage revision. So it will be the same process also from stage 1 to 2. For stage 1, 2, 3, and 4, every time we start with our lesson, we will go directly to the revision minus 6 paragraphs from the current progress report. So for example, you are already in paragraph number 23 minus 6 paragraphs. That would be the paragraph that you have to start your revision. Alright, so I hope everything is clear about stage 3 and 4. This will be a very short video about stage 3 and 4. So I will be giving you another tips next time for stage 5 and 6. Alright, see you in my next video. So that would be all for my video this evening. So this will be my content, stage 3 and 4. So next content, I will be talking about stage 5 and 6. So make sure to click the subscribe button and also the ring bell button, so you will be notified in my next videos about Callan lesson. So if you have any questions, comments, please don't hesitate to write or type those questions and recommendations or comments in the comment section. So again, this is Frank again. See you in my next videos. Have a great day.